Protection Act. This show is not intended to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Your discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Guardian Orkan, welcome to part 19 Redux of Let's Play Asher God Redemption. If you're wondering what happened, why this is a Redux, well, you weren't here yesterday. Long story short, I was having internet issues, so I had to basically... Oh, hello. Hello, viewer. I had to basically cancel the stream until I could fix what was up with the internet. I think it might have been because my dad was moving stuff around to eventually move the copies from the room. Yeah, he's finally starting to get around to doing that. So, why exactly are we on the main screen? Well, I figured we might as well redo that one section when we meet the Menhir Guardian, but there's also some other things I want to show you. These are all the character sheets for everyone. I know. Some of them we've already seen. Some we actually haven't. Oh, like Foster, Helm, Score. How else do we want to see this? Lask. Alice, where is him? Khama, Herlig, Lon, Drukit, Mabuk, Orkan. That's what it is. And these are all the cutscenes we so far have. But we're doing this one. Because I'm pretty sure the other one won't work. But yeah, I figured I'm doing this right now because it'll at least give us some more time to, you know, stream. And also you can check out the rest of the battles again. There's also the fact that in case if we ever have another issue with the internet, then you'll pretty much know where it is. He's detached just like you, and he doesn't like people, not the least because we kill our own kind. He doesn't always appear, but this time, I'd rather he would. The reading has changed everything. It will not be easy for me. What exactly are you going to do? Most of this we already did, but I'm just gonna blitz through it. Now we gotta fight the Gells. So what have we been up to? Well, the free games for PlayStation Plus have finally been released. One of them being Apsu. And another one being, well, you're not gonna believe this, Subnautica. So that game's gonna basically be my nightmares for the next few days. Let's see, let's go in, strips your skin. Let's grab focus. Alright, we'll grab... We'll grab this. But yeah, also the Stellaris came out with the newest patch as well as the Lithoids expansion. I'm gonna try playing as a Lithoid Empire. I was debating whether or not to make them a communistic one, like have the shared burdens perk. That will make them egalitarian, but like egalitarian stuff. And that will probably mean I have to ensure that they sure that I won't be able to resell the pops. Then again, I think with this Federation, with the upgrades I did to the Federations, then it will mean that I think I can have that wall that I can basically resell auto walls. Or is that Federations only? I don't remember. But yeah, the reason why I'm doing these battles again is because in case if we have another issue like yesterday, we won't lose much progress, since we covered these battles in the last episode. And also, why am I whispering? Oh, my dad's asleep right now. Plus, he's also literally right next door. He moved into the old room. Hopefully when he wakes up, I'll help him out moving all the stuff from his old room to, well, wherever we need to put it. Then we can remove the rugs and start putting in the floorboards. Hopefully. So, other than that, my grandma finally got released from the hospital. She hasn't been feeling well, but she came back. And thankfully, she seems to be okay. Hey, get mine. Good work, Alice. You're actually doing work. She got released from the hospital, and my cousin was looking to get a job. Got a job at the Dunkin' Donuts at Old Great Wolf Lodge. I asked if he can put me in, if he can get me a job there too. Mostly because I kind of need the money at the same time. I'm a little bit worried given the fact that with my grandparents being here, someone has to watch them. And I know my folks can watch them and all that. I mean, my dad's really working on fixing and getting rid of the floorboards in their old room. Plus, there's also, my mom isn't exactly as attentive as I want to be. I love her, don't get me wrong, just sometimes she's small bag of herbs. I mean, I do want the job. Just I don't know. I mean, I gotta make sure my folks are okay. Before I do that, let me just check the comment. Well, actually, let me also, no. Yes. You know what? Let's pop in candy. Let me check the comment first. Also, hey D. I mean, yeah, I do want to get the... Don't get me wrong, I do want a job, but there's a lot of risks. Plus, there's also the fact that I am not all that great with things. I probably should have gone with the enchanted hammer skill. I just realized that. I'm sorry. Battle experience. I should have gone with this. Dang. But don't get me wrong, I do with my current family situation right now. I don't know if I should. Because having 3 people here at the house would be easier for my folks and for my grandparents. I mean, yesterday I literally caught my grandpa having a low glucose level, and I actually barely managed to basically give him food to make sure the glucose went up. Because after the last few times he had low glucose, I literally was not going to risk it. Call me panicking. But I also want to get money. But at the same time, with the coronavirus, with everything going on right now with this world, I don't know. else going on other than, the pandemic right now. And just, I don't know. But I am trying. Lord knows I'm trying. Oh crap.
Hey, there's part today.
Well, at the very least our healing's getting better. But there's a lot of factors I need to think about this. I mean, with all the knowledge that two of my other friends are basically having with work, and another friend's about to go back to work soon, there won't be any time. Plus, there's also time to reserve. Usually Lo Fang opens up at this point. Alright. We are now officially caught up where we were the last time. Well, where we caught up with the last episode. Took us 11 minutes. But better. Now, let's talk to Alice. We gotta reassure him. There are two different ways we can go about this. The top option gives you loyalty, but the other option gives you party heal. Alice can barely breathe after what happened. He clenches his teeth, his hands trembling. You move to reassure him. I have almost recovered, and I'm deeply grateful for the Ents for saving me. For a moment there, I thought they both wanted to chop me up. Get a hold of yourself. Our journey is far from over. At the temple, they constantly remind me that my vandal abilities are heretic and profane, but I can do some things. I did not tackle a grave wound, but I can help with something smaller. Though, speaking truthfully, it does take considerable effort. Spare nothing to help those who spare you from death. Yeah. I think... Did it work? Yep. Khama no longer has his injury. That's one use. Now, Bola... Reflexes, no... Sweet, tip. We'll grab reinforced defense. Concentration. Thrill of battle. Fitting for her. Alice. We're almost got his healing maxed. I also saw the new Ruby episode a bit ago, and, well, when the National, I'll just say it like this, when the National Suicide Prevention Hotline is basically up front at the beginning of the episode, you know it's about to get dark. Let's talk with Khama. Did you hear me, Khama? You fought against your own brethren. I would never fight other icons. You would if your brother began to kill all those around them. If they went mad, if they tried to kill you, you would. It is not my brothers I fought. It is the ones who devoured my world. I make him sound like an Elcor. I am so sorry. Who are the Reapers? The gods' servants, the gods' garments, the gods' heralds, servants, Umbra. The master is mad, the servants more so. I lack words, I will explain later. I am trying to understand, Khama. What drives you? Is your duty, your faith, repentance? Why did you rush to Alice's defense? Why did you stop Shanna? Out of mercy? Mercy required time I did not have. I did not want a stupid death, that is all. This menhir is clean, and only a clean menhir can open path. A dirty one leads to a quick death. Blood taken by force is unclean. Did the Enses not pour blood over the triple menhir? We were infusing it with poison and power. We were not trying to create a path where none exists. A problem. A divine oversight. It should not be that way here. It is wisdom that drives me. Ah, crap. What did you talk about with Reed? About me and who I am now. About time and how much of it I have. How much the world has. Reed is wisdom. Who are you now? An Ents outcast. A tribeless warrior. A former assassin. A soldier in an unlikely army. Reed saved me. I do not understand everything, but I know she saved me. She pulled me from a dark enchantment. I hope neither of you is mistaken. Unlike armor, spells cannot be seen, can they? They are not visible to the naked eye. I can see the magic of the stones in your flesh, Icon. They impart great strength. The menhirs are much like the stones, but they are set into the flesh of your world instead. I am a part of that. How much time do you have? As long as the reaping lasts, perhaps less. We feed on the power of the menhirs, but not because we cannot eat food. The spells binding us need the power of the menhirs. Those same spells kill us when the reaping ends. These spells cannot be broken. The longer the reaper, the longer your life. Reed told me of the Khama. It would seem that they are my people too. I believe her. She has given my life purpose. I shall not allow the reaping to conclude by ending this world. How much time does this world have? I do not know. It is not as bad as it was in my world yet, but it does not take long for water to boil over flames. If the one who destroyed my world comes here, it will be over quickly. Will you sense his arrival? I believe I will, as will you, but you will not recognize him, as if being on the scaffold and hearing the executioner's axe cleave the air before your neck. We'll talk again. If our fates are willing and our fortunes align. We share the same fortune, Khama. I kinda like doing Elk or Khama. I should do that more often. Not for you. Why are you so pleased with yourself? Happy you did not commit murder? I'm pleased in general. Life's short, Icon. You should seek pleasure whenever you can. Do not make light of death. I will not celebrate the deaths of those who fought by my side. You'd not mourn it either. Everyone says that icons have stones in their chests. What are you playing at, Jeanette? Why did you escape Woden if you seek death? Is there something I should know? Make a guess, Icon. Why would a young lass tear her life apart? Maybe it was torn apart long ago. Try not to tear apart the lives of others. Look who's talking. Do icons not kill over trifling matters? Do they value the lives of others? You know nothing of icons. If someone is killed for a trifling matter, then the matter is not trifling. Or the killer is not an icon. The death of another brings no relief. To each his own. People find relief their own way. Get drunk their own way, breathe their own way, and die their own way. Jeanette, remember that death can come from any side when you summon it in a crowd. I think we just warned her we're gonna turn her into a shish kebab. Now let's talk to Orkan. It's a good idea to ask the determined stranger what brought him here. If this man here creates a shortcut, the stranger is likely a gatekeeper. You could ask him how to use it, if it even exists. This is Orkan, Icon. He looks after the Roaming Menhir, making sure he doesn't absorb the taint. He'll help us, but I'll need to read the enchantment myself. The reaping's changed everything, Icon. You have a reap with you, so I'll help her and make sure you're not transported to your death. However, be prepared to surface somewhere unexpected. No, I promise I'll get you where you need to go. You'll have to shed a little blood, not the ultimate price, nor is it a redemptive act. Just something else you wish to know? How does one kill a Reaper? Why do you wish to know? To share this secret knowledge with my clan. Does your clan still seek vengeance on the higher powers for confining your ancestors within Terminum? You must agree that the icons would not be what they are otherwise. I know a bit about it. Hundreds of years ago, 14 stone knives were fashioned, each as powerful as a small menhir. That the chance to use them against the Reapers never came. Still, the price for them was high. The Ashen Wasteland is proof of that. At the Battle of Drowsy Deep, 12 Kuros, runaway servants of the gods, had to kill themselves with these stone knives. There was no other way to stop the 5 Reapers that stood against them. One knife remained with Blanc, the 13th Kuro. Another was stolen. He's talking about Hopper. That opening again. Hopper was the only one who didn't kill himself. These knives are a sure way to kill a Reaper, despite never being tested for that purpose. Where will this shortcut take me? To another menhir down south. Is it not what you were heading? Not where you were headed? What keeps the sun afloat? A wise man once said, it's not the roaming menhir that's... Give it a bit of time. The stone needs to cool down. Great. It's like an ultimate. Swarty? Swarty looks stunned and rubs her neck, paying no attention to the soaring menhir. Has the plague robbed her of her senses? Are you feeling worse? Why are you rubbing your neck? Quite the opposite. It's not hurt a bit since the menhir appeared. Too bad the ulcer's still there. The pain will return. Wish I could stay with the menhir, but Orkan is quite intimidating. And if I die, I'd rather die by your side. Do you want to stay then? I would if I could keep up with this flying stone. Too bad I don't have wings.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something else. Look closely at Reed. It would be the color of her eyes, or their shape. Can't put my finger on it. But she could be a King Orkan's daughter. Or granddaughter, or great-granddaughter. You have to admit that the girl's right. There's a slight resemblance. Is that not a good reason to trust Orkan? Orkan walks in circles around the menhir while Reed scratches the designs on the ground. You could talk to her. Normally I have a strategy guide up and running for this, but I don't, so I'm just winging it right now. I don't want to risk with the poor internet connection I got. What are you drawing? What troubles you? Do you think Orkan might trick us? I should appease existence and reassure Orkan. It's almost a sign. He's very cautious. The reaping is dire news for him, just as it is for all Terminum. One day his service may come to an end. What do we have to do? Cup your hand and fill it with your blood. Stand under the stone and press your bloody palm to it. Anywhere's fine. Then wait till I touch it. Where are we going to see? Nothing. One kind of darkness will stand in for another. When it dissolves, we'll be far from here. Hang on, I gotta close the door again. What are we going to feel? I don't know. Before I didn't feel anything, but that wasn't during reap time. How much more time do you need? Just a few moments. I'll let you know when I'm ready. This is gonna be good. We could rest. Or we can get the menhir. I will check out that image later, David. Orkan lifts his hand. You approach the menhir, appreciating its mass. Up close, it seems far from weightless. Orkan raises his hands. When you mirror his gesture, he cuts his palm and clasps with everyone in turn. Ask whose blood he needs. You stand transfixed. In a flash, you see into the heart of the steppe roamer. 1,000 years of pain and longing. Puts an arm around Reed's shoulder, pressing his other hand against the stone next to where the girl has hers, palm up. You do the same. Good, Orkan says before hurling you into the darkness. Whatever happens, protect Reed, Icon. You hear Orkan say as the darkness envelopes you. Okay. Oh no. Another battle? Did I miss something here? It's as if the veil covering you since you touched the menhir has lifted. Chilly air nips at your cheeks on the mountain ledge, at a place where the roads bend. Several astonished Gells unsheathe their swords before you. Down, you icon! Candy cries. As if being thrown out into the snow wasn't enough, we're practically landed on the enemy's blades. Draw your swords. You should deal with this unexpected obstacle before forging on. Ah. Yeah, I probably would be the same thing. I'd be mad too. Oh crap, we've got to bring Reet. Eh. The freaking submission for not being plus playing Khama out. Subnautica. I've already played that game once. I don't think I'll play that game again. Sheer proof of insanity. But I am at the very least gonna try enter the dungeon. I heard it's good. Horizon Zero Dawn, however, is that one game I really want to try though. It's coming out next month though. They better have more games for play at home. That's Horizon. I mean after Horizon. After that, I mean, once Horizon, I already have the DLC and I already beat the game. This would be fun. I really can't wait for Horizon Forbidden West though. Maybe a PS5 though, but we'll see what that goes. Oh yeah, got my dad from that. My dad's on.
Hey, there's pardon today.
Nice work, Alice. You're actually healing those that we need. Other than that, I mean, today was a pretty, uneventful day. I'm definitely going to be trying to play more Stellaris now that I got the DLC. I finally made my dwarf and finally made my dwarf people. I wanted to go with a Solitarian, but I also know for a fact that if I go down, I'm pretty screwed. Do I want slaves? No. I think I'll go with a sort of syncretic evolve. Have my liquid syncretic evolve with them. Alright. Let's see what we gotta do for here. You stand motionless. The battle is over. The Gells have lost. Blood staining the frozen rocks crunches underfoot. As the heat of the battle passes, the bitter cold retightens its thorny embrace. You survey the area. I have forgotten what snow and cold feel like. You have beautiful mountains here. Everything else fits. There is a metallic taste in my mouth. It is what a pathway should feel like. We're somewhere on the edge of the Veil of Mercy. We should leave before we freeze to death. I know not why we've emerged here. I know of no menhirs in these parts. Must be something with a power equal to a menhir, though. Wait, we're not the only ones led astray. These are Ents' footsteps. What could be as powerful as a menhir? Warm here, freezing fingers. Maybe a new menhir formed here? It is a question few temple servants can answer. It could be something that belonged to a god, a weapon perhaps, or a piece of jewelry, even the god itself, or a reaper. Orkan could have been more precise. He could have at least warned us. I thought he liked you. Whatever we hear has drawn the Enses here has lured us too. It is quite curious. Orkan has naught to do with it. Curiosity is a shortcoming. Fortunate then, I am not an Ents. I am an Ents, but since Reet lifted my enchantment, I no longer feel a draw to the menhirs. Neither am I, Nance, but I sense something. Either a menhir or a kind of magical power. Or a person wielding that power. We've hit a dead end. I don't know what the Gells we're doing here, but there's only one choice now. We have to follow the Enses tracks. Wait a minute. Oh god. A treacherous path leads to the snow-powdered ruins of an ancient temple. A shack is nestled in the midst of them. This was at the beginning of the game. There's no men here in the altar in sight, but you can immediately tell that the decrepit hut is inhabited, and that a group of Enses block your way, ready for battle. Remember at the beginning of the game, when Hopper talked with that old woman? This is it. We're grabbing Shanahan for you. Alright, we'll pop in quick reflexes. Average. Alright, let's pop in another floor. Let's pop in quick reflexes actually. Oh my god, he's almost on weight. You'll be able to access either endurance or resilience. Once you start leveling those up, you'll be an unstoppable badass. Alright, let's go. God dang it, I forgot to put re in. Son of a... You get my point. I really am curious about playing as a Lithuanian Empire. I mean, I wonder if it's possible to just enchant, like, genetically alter and have like 3 different versions of Pops, just like have 3 different versions of like the thing that gives like the rare mineral. Just like, you know, pop in a couple of Pops that basically, you know, can have like like have like one world be full of people who have the one make the crystals, one make the gas, and one make the volatile motes. Those are one make freaking dark matter. That'd be freaking terrifying. But at the same time, that'd be pretty cool. I just came out of the shower, so I'm relaxed now. Yesterday, me and David played some Remnant. I finally got him to rifle. I got him the Warlord set, I got him the thing to kill, I got him to defeat Tion, and I even got him the... I don't know what it was now, the alternator? So what did you get when killing the ward first, like the ward last? You kill the rider first, and you kill the ward, and you get the alternator. But if you kill the warg and then the rider, you will get the chain blade. So, yeah. Growing up on anime, finish watching the show through Tensei. It's good. Like, yes, Rudy is a bad protagonist in many cases, but the world, I think, more than makes up for it. Man, everyone's just getting stronger now. No sooner do you lower your sword than you notice a middle-aged woman with white hair standing in the hovel's doorway. She emanates unmistakable power. She looks vaguely familiar. Whispering in your ear, "Dear gods, she's a Cirrus. I told you about her once, remember? Her white hair is legendary. They say she knows the answer to all questions." If you want to talk to one woman, don't go whispering to another. Even if you're an icon. Especially if you're a warrior of peace, though I doubt that a warrior of peace could have made it here. You must really be anxious to find me. My gills are no more, is that right? Who are you? Why do you look familiar? My name is Ama, though not that it means anything to you. As for my face, I'll tell you why it looks familiar, but later, when the time is right. What brought the end? Are you serious? As I said, my name is Ama. I could be a Cirrus, I could be a healer, some call me a witch, but most of the time I'm just a woman who wants to be left alone. Oh, sweet. I have heard that fortune tellers give vague answers that are open to many interpretations. You are no fortune teller, that much is clear. But how can you be a Cirrus or healer without any other living soul around? Living souls pass through me from time to time. To be fair, they are easily turned to the souls of the dead. Like today. Well, while you still breathe, ask away. I'll do my best to live up to the Khama tales that allege me to be a Cirrus. Does Orkan know that we are here? He may suspect something, but he can pull his hair out and it'll change nothing. When you send a boat downstream, you cannot foresee every whirlpool, even though the river's mouth never moves. How long will the reaping last? What can I say about a road yet traveled? I'll answer you once I've gotten a taste of the reaping. One cannot foresee all that is. What does the future hold for me? What are the Gells doing here, Khama? It was my guard icon. I wanted to keep it away from the Enses, but I miscalculated. I did not regret losing it. I wasn't planning on going anywhere, but the sight of you and your red-haired companion made me reconsider. Where will you go? To Opakam. It's a fortress on the far side of the Milky Mountains. There's a menhir there, but Orkan's will isn't going to let you go there. That menhir's dead. You will escort me to it by the paths of the Vale of Mercy and Vandal Forest. Why is the menhir dead? Yeah, let's ask that. I can see the future, but I cannot divine the past, and therefore cannot solve the riddle of the dead menhir. Don't remain dispassionate. Haven't you heard of the mastery spiral? Be like a callow youth, experience joy and sorrow. Remember to breathe peacefully. You will accompany me. We set out soon. Before we leave, I'll tell you why you cannot refuse. Have no doubt. Load. Okay, looks like we can finally talk with everyone now. Again. Bola is strangely excited. She smiles and is sincere. Okay, I'm already conflicted about this. You are a tough one. The cold does not affect you. The wind brings the sense of my homeland. I've never been there, but my heart leaps into my throat at the thought of seeing my family home. I'm the lucky one, Icon. Everything will be fine. What do you mean by fine? Life is fine when this day is followed by tomorrow. You can count on the next day coming in turn. No executions or other terrors. Settling in your own home, having a husband and children is very fine. Call me crazy if you want. I care not who you are or who you think you are. You cannot see yourself from the inside, can you? Why should I care who you are now if you will just change after a moment? If you want to know where the arrow will strike. Find the archer, talk to him and see how he dines. Where he sleeps and take a good long look at his bow. That is the Barkhan thing, is it not? What can I tell you of Barkhan if I've never been there? Do you still have family there? Who is there to enlighten me now? My dear mother didn't do it, and I don't know my kin enough to keep searching. I don't know my own name. Do you know what Bola means? Pot or crock. What do you think of the lady of these ruins? There was a tragedy in her life. One of such magnitude you can't possibly imagine. And there's more and worse grief to endure. Trust me, I know. Women simply sense it. That's why I'm so happy. Compared to hers, my troubles are nothing. She is an Umbra. Roar? The Palian is not himself lately. His bravado's gone. Oh boy. Roar seems tipsy, but you are certain he has not had any alcohol. He mumbles something in Palian and smirks, but his expression does not fit his troubled gaze. Did you find something out? Where should we go now? This woman is one of a kind, and I thought a queen had come out of that hut to greet us, were it not for her tattered dress. She seems unapproachable. Where do you want to go? It appears we're all heading to Barkana. Bandits and thieves aren't welcome there, but travelers and foreigners can feel safe. I'd follow Amma, if you yourself did so. This is what I cannot grasp. She is probably wise and likely still deaf. What is her power? Have you heard of the Palian enchanters? Let the vandal shamans and the Frisian sorcerers bather with graveyard flesh, no the Barkana witches, but the Palian enchanters. The ones that make warriors fearless? Yeah, at least you know something about the Palians. Warriors do not drink mushroom infusions to fill themselves with rage. These are tall tales. Truth be told, they listen to their enchanter. They absorb the power he channels through his gesture, his gaze, even his silence. More loyalty. Amma seems like a very powerful enchantress. One glance was enough to make me feel weak, like a Palian rat. If she hounds on me, however, I'll turn into a raging beast. You don't understand. I suppose so. What do you know about Opakam? It's a large enchanted fortress. Sorcerers feel nauseous and its heats certain amulets. Legend says it's never been taken, yet every ship eventually sinks. Do you think the time has come? What do I know of time? I do sense something in the air. Rats always flee a sinking ship first, but that's not the truth of the Palians. Do you know why? Because their instincts are even better. Palians flee ahead of the rats. Reet. Reet's quiet as a mouse. What's got her so scared? Why do you withdraw? Does something about this woman frighten you? Is she odd but not threatening? She's odd but not threatening. You do not understand. She's different. She's someone like Orkan. Someone who's capable of extraordinary feats. I think you'll see soon enough. I sense a darkness in her that Orkan lacked. What do you mean, someone like Orkan? I suspect she's an Umbra. They can be killed just as the Reapers, but many years go by and you can run into the one you've killed. They're very rare, but they do exist. Tell me, what troubles you? What could happen if Amma says something to make me accompany her? I had a feeling she saw our deaths. There's no mercy in her eyes, no hope. The good news is that I could be wrong. I myself am no seeress. Khama's rooted to the spot. You wonder why the lady of these ruins is so mesmerizing to him. You approach Khama. He leans against a stone post, looking just much like a post himself. His mask must be rooted to his face. She knows people like me. She came by and spoke to me. Says that I can remove my mask to become inconspicuous. She spoke my language, not like Reed, but the way we speak in our world. This woman is from there too. Does it worry you? I will not last long. It is what Reed said, but I feel it inside as well, like a log tossed in the fire. I feel it most acutely the moment I felt it most acutely went the moment I laid eyes on Amma. Damn it! Will you take your mask off? No. Without it, I would feel defenseless. Listen now, there is another matter. There is something like a menhir nearby. Something similarly powerful. Is it something in your hollow? No. It is something Amma wears. It could also be Amma herself. Take care, Icon. If I am right, she is stronger than you. Umbra are not human. Where I come from, they are akin to terrible demons. They served the gods, one of them at least. The more insane he was, the more terrible his servants became. Only now do I understand this. Tell me everything you know, even if you have few words for it. How many Umbra servants are there? According to Reed, 12 Lower Umbra perished at Drowsy Deep 700 years ago. There were originally 25, 5 High Umbra, and 20 Lower Umbra, a set of 4 for each of the Almighty. Oh shit. 5 High Umbra and 8 Lower Umbra still live on. Lower Umbra are also called Kuros, or runaways. We are taught to kill them, but they have not killed. Very few manage it. One also cannot hide from the High Umbra. Who are the Reapers? High Umbra who have absorbed the spirit of their divinity. Since nobody controls them, they become Reapers and gorge themselves on the Menhir's power. I cannot guarantee any of the Umbra will not become Reapers. I can list the High Umbra by name: Drupkal, Atrak, Adna, Childau, and the greatest of them, Tibabar. He has the face of an old man, and his body is that of a towering athlete. He is a walking cauldron of hatred. Well, we did kill Atrak, and I think Hopper knows about Drupkal. I think even Dorn met him. But we haven't met Adna, Childau, or Tibabar yet. What can you tell me about the gods from your world? Almost nothing. There were 5 of them. Talking about them in vain was punishable by death. I, Isil, myself, have killed for that. One thing is certain. 4 of the 5 tried to save my world. Do not ask me for details. My knowledge is akin to the echo of good tidings that cling to your face like spider webs, or like a drowning child's cry. I cannot be certain of anything. Last question. Why is it that the Menhirs, the Umbra, and the Enses are the only remnants of your world? They are not the only remnants, Icon. Somewhere in the depths of Terminum, there lies an ark full of my kin waiting to be rescued. It is possible I was suspended within that all these years. It is also possible that the reaping is meant to purge this world for us to rule. Are you prepared to kill me to reduce this risk? I have no more important things to do right now. Well, that got dark. Amma, if you're done here, you can suggest departing to the white-haired lady. Explain yourself before we leave, Amma. Are you certain I will escort you? Do you remember the words carved into the wall of the Serpent's Temple many centuries ago? Let me remind you, there is no death as long as your spirit is incorruptible. The temple is hundreds of years old. Have you forgotten the generations of sculptors and stonemasons that have worked on it? It's 800 years old. It's built on a sheer cliff, and it became its altar. Did you not know that all the sculptors and stonemasons have been killed in secret? The maxims of the great ancestress cannot be taken beyond the temple precinct. But there is one exception. What wisdom do you speak of? The one that whispered into me. I think that's why we do it. But yeah. We're back with Hopper. Now we have to make it all the way to Frigga. But I'm gonna call it here for today right now. This was a long episode and I'm glad we were able to do it. Although I apologize for the internet quality being crappy at that last bit. But anyway, next time we're going to be playing as Hopper and we're going to go to Frigga. We need to catch up with Thorn anyway. But, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I will see all of you next time. Laters.